I'm clicking go live now. Yeah, you missed it. Now we're live. Good morning to all. Hope everyone's enjoying their Sunday mornings. Last night the VIP actually lost money. It went minus 0.72. With the streak we've been on for the past month, it's really hard to get upset with that. Things have been great. Shout out to Prop Beaver, who won the show yesterday. Yes, the Prop Beaver, with plus 1.13 units. He's now on vacation. You will not see the Prop Beaver for another week. Sean Redden's taking over, so we have someone filling in. No worries. So Prop Beaver leaves on a winning note.
And he needed that winning note, because if you guys, I can't make it public, but if you guys would have seen the stuff he was saying in the group chat, not only would you laugh, but you'd feel sorry for the Beaver. So I am so happy he's soaking up that Arubian sun today.
Yeah, he was taking the losing days to heart, that's for sure.
But there's a reason why we love him, because he does care so very much. So
yeah, he does.
There's positives in that.
All right, so let's start off with. I have the wrong game up.
Good job, Beaver.
Haven't done this in a while. Beaver's been doing it.
I know.
Okay, so we'll go first game right now, and that is Astros at Cleveland. This game's about to start 25 minutes, so we won't spend much time on it. I took Houston two ways. Oh, that's right. I have to type now because Beaver's not here. So I took Houston money line at minus 148, and Houston minus 1.5 at plus 115.
I would check that line again really quick, because I think you can get another 10 cents. It should be.
Oh, it's minus 136 now.
Yeah.
That must be a reaction to the Altuve not playing, maybe?
I guess. I mean, it's kind of, yeah. I don't see how you, yeah.
So, Jose Altuve not in the lineup. I don't care. We got the Astros coming off a loss here. Let's go in my notes. So, I know that Christian Javier, who's pitching for the Astros today, I know that he has worse numbers on the road, and I know that Tristan McKenzie's a monster. But I'm always going to bet Houston coming off a loss. Same thing with the Dodgers. Just teams like that, I'm going to bet them after they lose. Cleveland got their win last night. They stole one in the series. That's the one win they're going to get in this series. Do you remember when Cleveland's bats, it was about, they were in a slump, and then they started heating up, and they had like 2.5, 3 hot weeks. That was probably about 2.5 weeks ago now. Those days are gone. Well, I shouldn't say those days are gone. It's only been a couple weeks, but in the past 2 weeks, they're dropped all the way down to 19th in the MLB against right-handed pitching, a stat that they were up towards the top in just 2 weeks ago. So the bats have cooled off. I think Christian Javier throws a great game. Tristan McKenzie, he's hit or miss, but there's a reason I didn't play the first 5. So even if McKenzie snaps today, I still like Houston to win it late.
Really quickly, just to add on, I'm playing Houston as well. I actually parlayed them Houston money line with Yordan Alvarez to get a hit. It's plus 120. But the reason that I really like Houston today more than anything is that McKenzie versus right-handed batters, 732 OPS versus a left-handed batter, 527 OPS. The Houston Astros have 8 righties in that lineup today, including Trey Mancini and more. So I'm all over Houston as well.
You said Houston moneyline Alvarez hit, and what was that price at?
Plus 120.
Plus 120. All right, how much you putting on that?
Just a half a unit. I'm not getting crazy today. It's Sunday.
For a half unit. All right. So we're off. We're off with a couple of picks here. Let's cruise on to the next game. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. So... I'm not going to lie. I wrote down Pittsburgh money line, but I don't even think I'm going to give it out. I think I'm going to stick to the other one.
Yeah. I'll go while you're going then. I'm going to continue to ride my guy, Spencer Watkins. I just learned my lesson. I know it's 175, guys, but I'm going to pay the price. Give me the Baltimore Orioles money line for a full unit at minus 175. Again, Spencer Watkins is a guy that I actually continue to back time in and time out, and he does nothing but seem to win games. So, and then on top of that, if you take a look at the bullpens, Baltimore didn't use any of their two guys last night. So Perez and Batista, they're all both still available as well. So I just think that we can continue to bank on Baltimore finding ways to win baseball games.
All right, so you got Baltimore, what, run line?
No, I'm sticking with the money line. I'm paying the juice.
Well, what is it at? Minus 180?
175, I see it at.
For a full unit?
Yep.
All right, so he's on Baltimore money line despite the juice. Personally, I had Pittsburgh money line down, but it wasn't my favorite bet. I'm not even going to give that one out. What I am going to go with is the under 9. It's at minus 105. And I'll put 0.75 units on it. I really like this under, and I think this number is too high. It's definitely they have the reason that this total is up at 9. It's simple. It's because of Bryce Wilson. But the thing is, I'm not saying so. Let's look at his last 5 starts, right? I'm not saying he's been good, but he's been average, right?
Yeah.
It's been a while since he's got completely rocked. He's been an average starting pitcher over the last 5 starts now, a decent sample size. So I think that's enough of a time frame where we can start to rely on him to give us that 5 2/3, 3 runs type of thing. And I think that's what he'll give us today, maybe even better. Spencer Watkins, I will say, he did have a great home start on July 6th against Texas. But other than that, he hasn't really had a great home start since April 30th, other than that. But, I mean, still, it's the Pirates, so I think he'll still handle the business. I'm just on under 9 as a result of I don't think either team's going to light it up today.
I agree with that under. Just really quickly for you guys, I'm not going to make him change, but you can get Baltimore money line under 12.5 at minus 105. That's a very good value. So, anyway, sorry, go ahead, Sauce.
Yeah. So anyway, the last thing, this is the X factor which really hammered home the under for me. We all know Baltimore's bullpen's been good as hell for a while, but the Pirates bullpen is coming on. In the last 2 weeks, they're actually 6th in Major League Baseball in ERA as a unit. I know 2 weeks isn't the hugest sample size, but the Pirates bullpen on a little bit of a hot streak. So let's ride that. Let's cash the under at 9. It's a pretty high total for these two lineups. So, moving along to the next game. Washington at Philly. So I went back and forth on this one as far as the side, and I ended up not even picking a side. What I did do, I'll write the pick in first. I'm on Washington team total over 2.5 at minus 130 for a full unit. I know that seems ballsy to go against Nola, but let's be real here. First of all, the Washington Nationals bats have been overperforming. They've been performing way better than most of us think they have been. In the last 2 weeks, they're all the way up to 11th in the Major League Baseball in total team OPS. They're hitting righties, they're hitting lefties. They're not winning a ton of games because they really are struggling to get anybody out. But to get a team that's right outside of the top 10 in OPS in the last 2 weeks, team total at 2.5, it definitely has to catch your eye. Now add on the fact that Aaron Nola, who's having a great year, his numbers at home aren't nearly as close to as good as his numbers on the road. He's got a 2.24 ERA on the road. His ERA at home is double that. It's an even 4.48. Not that that's absolutely terrible, but the combination of that plus the Nationals bats on a little bit of a hot streak, I think this goes over. The Washington's total should go over 2.5 easily. Also, the Phillies bullpen is trash. I want to do the full game total, but the thing is, I didn't know shit about Corey Abbott, the guy pitching for the Nationals. So I wanted to just be like, yo, give me the over on the game. I think both teams light it up, which very well may happen. But the thing is, this guy Corey Abbott just completely blanked the Mets in a start earlier in the year. So I was like, you know what? Rather than try to dig around in the unknown, let me stick to my Washington team total over 2.5, and that's what I'm leaving it at. Toast, where are you at?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I actually did the same. I was actually the same thing. I was looking at Abbott and I was like, Jesus, if this guy's going to blank the Mets, it's Sunday in Philly. They're scumbags. You never know. Like, you can't really trust that. But I did play on the Phillies today. I did Phillies Brewers moneyline parlay at -125 for 0.75 units.
So Phillies money line, Brewers money line,
and -125 for 0.75.
All right, Phillies and Brewers. Yeah. Oh, I'm with you on. I don't think there's any way fucking Milwaukee loses either. I'm with you on that one for sure. All right, let's cruise on to the next game. Tampa Bay at Detroit. You can go first on this one.
Yeah, this was kind of hard for me. I kind of did a cop-out play. I did the Rays and the under in an SGP. I just want to make sure the lines haven't changed really quickly. I'm a big Rasmussen guy, so I'm going to continue to ride him anytime I can possibly do that. And it is Rays money line under 10.5 at +120 for a half a unit.
All right, so an SGP, Rays money line under 10.5. All right, let's see what I got written down for this game. Oh yeah, so I'm straight up on the Rays here. I'm taking Tampa Bay -1.5, -110 for a full unit. Put that in the spot here. So I know that I know a lot of you probably looked at the home-away splits and saw that Drew Rasmussen on the road is shaky. You're not wrong. We faded Rasmussen on the road a couple of times now. But what you might not have known is Drew Rasmussen's numbers in day games are outstanding. He's made 4 starts during the day this year and has dominated all 4. He's actually, in those 4 starts, he's actually 1-0 with a 0.90 ERA. So Rasmussen loves pitching in the daylight, and I like it. I'll ride with that. Now I'm taking into consideration that he's also pitching against the Tigers, who arguably have been the worst lineup in baseball against right-handed pitching over the course of this entire season. I think that's a pretty safe statement to make. And then add on the fact that the Rays are coming off an embarrassing loss, and the Rays bullpen is also completely rested. Yeah, all over Tampa Bay on the run line here. Next game, we got Reds at Brewers. Graham Ashcraft versus Corbin Burns. I'll go first on this one. Like we already both pretty much told you guys who we like in this one. Milwaukee. The Brewers have now lost 5 of their last 6 baseball games. They've officially given up first place, right? St. Louis passed them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. To me, this is like a bit of a desperation spot for Milwaukee. I think this is like grabbing something before they head into a complete free fall. You got Graham Ashcraft coming off his best start of the season, right? He looked great in his last start. That was against the Marlins. Negative regression on going into Milwaukee. And the Brewers' bats as a whole, although they are streaky as hell, as a whole, their best spot on the year has been at home against a right-handed starting pitcher. So we're in that hot zone. I think we see a lot of Brewers runs today, and we see a Brewers win. The Brewers win comfortably. I have 2 bets here for this game, and I'm going with Brewers -1.5 at -120, and we'll put 0.75 units on that. And Brewers team total over 4.5. We'll put 0.5 units on that. So yeah, like I said, I think we see a great day out of the Brew Crew's bats.
I really can't add anything. I'm going Milwaukee -1.5 for a full unit myself. Yeah, same thing like you said. We got Corbin Burns on the mound, who if his OPS numbers home and away aren't as bad, but if you look at his strikeout to walk ratio, he almost has a 6 strikeout to walk ratio at home. So I think Corbin Burns shoves today, and Milwaukee saves some face for over the weekend, but I think they're about dead in the water.
All right, so we both are on the same side there. Moving right along. Blue Jays at Twins is next. We're on opposite sides of this one, aren't we? Oh, no. You're on Toronto. No. You just said you don't like it as much. All right, I'll go first. this is probably my favorite play of the day. I don't think anyone on God's green earth can talk me off the Toronto Blue Jays here. Really like them in this spot. I got Blue Jays minus 1.5 at plus 105 for a half unit, and I'm taking Blue Jays on the money line for 0.75 units, playing them both ways. So you got them coming off a loss yesterday, right? Pitching for Minnesota today is Chris Archer. He's looked anything but reliable recently. I think he's coming off 2, maybe even 3. It's 2 bad starts in a row. But this is the ultimate kicker for me here. The Twins bullpen is completely gassed. And just to give you an idea, their closer is unavailable. Their 2 eighth-inning guys, their 2 setup guys, both unavailable. And Griffin Jack's, one of their favorite arms, unavailable. So they're missing their top 4 arms from their bullpen, all unavailable today. Twins bullpen is completely taxed. I don't even know how they're going to get through 9 innings because Chris Archer's starting. And if you follow Chris Archer, this dude only throws 4 innings a night. Or a day, I should say. So
It's true.
Chris Archer is going to give the ball to the bullpen sometime, probably after 4 innings, maybe sometime during the 5th. And they're going to have to get through 5 whole innings with nobody. The Blue Jays, between the innings of 6th and 9th, should score 6 runs. I love Toronto here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree anything more. I played it safe just because it was Sunday. Toronto money line for a full unit.
Yeah, the bullpen is just the ultimate. Like, who's gonna be on the mound for Minnesota?
I was gonna pull it up for the people just to tell them. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna have.
Oh, you know what? I'll do it real quick. I can do it. Just to give you guys. All right, so I'm zooming in. Here's the Minnesota right here. Look at. Oh my. Dude, not only did they go back-to-back days, Durant and Lopez, but they also pitched on Wednesday, right? Yeah.
3 days is danger zone for bullpen.
All right, next game. Boston at Kansas City.
I'll go first because
sure.
I got the easy ones here. I'm all over Boston today, guys. I'm going to go play Boston money line for a full unit. I was going to play their team totals, but they're kind of jacked up here. I just trust Boston. I think that KC has played out of their minds right now, but Cutter Crawford is legit. I think he's shown that even with the quality of talent that he's seen over his past few starts, that he's a solid starter. And anytime I can fade Brad Keller with like the Red Sox off of a loss, I'm going to do that. And keep in mind, I understand how bad the Red Sox record is and whatnot, but they still believe that they're in this. Regardless of what we think, they still believe they're in the race. So they will be playing for something today.
All right, so at first I put this down as like a place filler bet, but the more I looked into it, the more... I shouldn't have put gum in, sorry. The more I looked into it, the more I like it. So what it ended up doing here is I'm on... where's my spot right here? I'm on the first 5 under 5.5. It's at minus 135, and I'm going to put a full unit on it. I know that's a lot for a first 5 under bet, but hear me out. So obviously I wanted to back Boston too. I just couldn't really get there with the amount of times they let me down in the past month. I don't really want to fade them either. But here's the thing. I like both starting pitchers a lot. Brad Keller has been much better at home. You have Brad Keller at home. Coming off a bad start. I like that as well. I think he really handles his business and is able to keep the Boston lineup in check and hold them to 1 or 2 runs through 5. And Cutter Crawford for Boston, this dude's been great. In his last 6 starts, he has a combined ERA of 2.38. This dude is flying under the radar, pitching great. And no one's really talking about it. So I think for me, the best, most valuable bet I could find was the first 5 under, even at that minus 135 price.
And really quickly, guys, just to those teams that Cutter Crawford's faced, the Astros in Houston, Cleveland, Toronto, Tampa Bay in Tampa, the New York Yankees, and the St. Louis Cardinals. All pretty decent teams.
Yo, Beaver, you're sitting here watching the show. Like, he told us he couldn't do it. This dude sucks. He wins once and he thinks he's the man.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's go to the next game. I think I might mute Beaver from the channel.
You should. You should.
We're here working our asses off. Beaver's like watching the show from a beach in Aruba. Yankees at Cardinals are next. I mean, how do you... This is so square and so public. Even though the public is on the Yankees, I still feel like this is public. I'm on the Cardinals, and the reason I don't love it is because I feel like the decision was made for me. I feel like with these prices, the books were begging me to take St. Louis, and I hate that feeling. I hate when I feel like the decision's being made for me, because that's what they do. But I can't really get to a Yankees spot here. Yeah, I get that everyone wants to bet the Yankees after back-to-back losses, but Adam Wainwright at home is like possibly the best in baseball as far as a single split goes. Adam Wainwright at home in St. Louis has been unreal. I know
4 straight losses for the Yankees, just so you know.
Is it 4 straight? Oh my! Haven't they lost?
Remember because they couldn't beat the Rainiers?
Yeah, haven't they lost? Aren't they 2-8 in their last 10 or something? Road games too.
Yeah, I think 2-9. Yeah, and then if you actually want to rewind it, the Yankees are 18-20 since June 24th. So they've been playing losing baseball for about 7 weeks.
Jesus.
Just saying.
So I'm just riding Wainwright at home against a Yankees lineup that doesn't seem to be scoring and winning any games. The spot that worries me. The St. Louis bullpen is pretty taxed. It's pretty tired. Nothing compared to what we just looked at for Minnesota. But they are definitely a little taxed. And the Yankees are due for an offensive explosion. It's been a while, but I just have to play the Cardinals at this price. Another thing, I think people might be overvaluing Frankie Montas. Prop Beaver being the king of the Frankie Montas groupies. Yeah, this dude's got a 2.63 ERA at home. He was a beast at home in Oakland. On the road, he's got a 4.85 ERA on the season. He hasn't even been good on the road. And here he is in St. Louis against maybe the hottest lineup in Major League Baseball right now. Probably the Mets, but Cardinals would be top 3, top 5. Oh, Dodgers. But Cardinals would probably be top 3, top 5, hottest lineup in baseball right now. Definitely on St. Louis both ways here.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you anymore. Not to mention, Frankie Montas is going to be coming off the bereavement list. He's going to be held to like 70, 75 pitches, they said. I'm not in a spot where I trust the Yankees bullpen. And if you just take a look at Adam Wainwright at home, against the Cubs, 7 innings, no runs. Against the Dodgers, 5 1/3, no runs. Against the Phillies, 9 innings, 2 runs. Against the Marlins, 7 innings, 0 runs. Against the Reds, 7 innings, 3 runs. I mean, I could keep going, but you get the picture. Our pitcher, you can bet Wainwright at home and be all right with it.
Did you say first 5 full game? What was the actual bet?
Yeah, same thing as you. Run it out.
Same thing as me. All right. Someone was asking in the comments, is Rizzo still out?
Yep. Here, as a matter of fact, I was just looking at that. Yankees lineup is going to be DJ, Judge, Carpenter, Donaldson, Torres, Andrew Benintendi, Hicks, Trevino, Gonzalez.
So no Rizzo. All right.
No Rizzo, no Stanton.
Beaver says they have no remorse for the Beaver. Dude, you're going on vacation. We're sitting here working. All right.
Beaver, I woke my pregnant wife up at 5 a.m. to be on this show. What'd you do today?
Beaver's playing Pokemon on his Game Boy in the airport with his grandma right now. All right, Marlins at Cubs is next. I can't believe I put 2 bets down for this game, but it's just I am just fading the Marlins lineup in any way possible. I'll just put my bets up. Two bets, half unit each. I got Cubs money line at -130 for a half unit, and the first 5 under 4.5 at -110 for another half unit. Trust me, I'm not saying I don't love this game at all. It's just the Marlins lineup, man. It's so bad. It might be the worst thing I've ever seen. And I know the Cubs aren't kicking down any doors. I know the Cubs aren't world beaters. But I feel like just fade the Marlins lineup as a whole, and you'll just keep bringing in a profit. I'm not going to touch the first 5, even though I like Adrian Sampson pitching. I like Adrian Sampson. He's been good. He's been solid. But the matchup against Jesus Luzardo scares me a little bit because the Cubs have been so bad against lefties. The Cubs 29th in Major League Baseball in OPS against lefties in the last 2 weeks. So this has been one of the coldest teams in baseball in hitting left-handed pitching. But here's the thing. Even if the Marlins are up 2-0 after 5, I still like the Cubs to win the game because the Marlins will not score more than 2 or 3 in this game. Their team total is at 2.5, which is why, because I can see them scoring 3. But I think the Cubs can beat that. Give me the first 5 under and the Cubs money line.
The Marlins team total is 4.5.
Oh, I like that under. That I didn't even look because it's been 2.5 for so long.
So shout out to Beaver. I'm going Marlins first 5 team total under 2.5 at -135 for 0.75 units. They just keep on hitting it over and over and over again, and Beaver's not here to defend himself. He got all mad at me in text message because he stopped playing it and tried to tell me that it wasn't hitting, but it just keeps on hitting, so I'm going to keep on playing it, baby. Yeah, love it.
He's such a ball of emotion, that Beaver.
I love him so much.
What was your bet again?
Marlins first 5 team total under 2.5 at -135 for 0.75 units.
Okay. Let me get that up on the screen so people can see it before we switch. Wow, I wish I looked. I didn't even look at the Marlins team total because I figured it was just down at 2.5 because that's where it's been forever.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I'm not really in love with it because what Beaver's taught me is those can be kind of tricks a little bit, especially in the prop game. But again, I've been playing this bet almost daily, and it continues to cash. So,
yeah, yep. All right, let's move on to the next one. White Sox at Rangers. I'll go first.
Please do, because you got a handle on this series.
Yeah, I've been doing good in this series. And I'm going to back Giolito here. And as much as that sucks, I think the public's view of Giolito has gone too far the other way. You know, like the pendulum swings, like someone will be undervalued, and then they'll be overvalued because the public's just crazy and exaggerates everything. So I think the whole Lucas Giolito sucks has gone too far now. On the road this season, he's 4-2 with a 4.37 ERA. That isn't awful to have those numbers on your starts on the road. He threw a great in the last 2 months alone. He threw a great game in Cleveland. He went into San Francisco and threw a great game against the Giants. And I think he throws another good game here in Arlington. Also, I do have to mention that the Fade Lord himself is pitching for Texas, Spencer Howard. Whenever I see that name, I'm immediately shoved to the other side. So this is how I'm doing it. I for some reason this total seems really sketchy, definitely looking like a trap, but I'm walking into it. I'm on the Chicago White Sox first 5 -0.5 run at -115 for a half unit, and I'm also on the over at 8.5 because that number seems way too low for another half unit.
It's on 8 at most books, bro. Give yourself 8.
Hold on, let me see exactly what I'm looking at here. I always use the consensus from all the New Jersey books. And 8.5 at -110. Oh no, it's 8. It is 8. Holy shit! Gotta love that.
Hell yeah, you do.
But that number almost seems too low. Like they're trying to sucker me in because with these two teams and these two starting pitchers, how is this number not 10.5, 11? I know that both these teams' bats have gone a little cold in the last week or so, but overall, these are two over teams playing in an over park. Are they not?
Two over pitchers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm on the White Sox too, but I don't really like it. I'm doing -145 on the money line for 0.75 units. Again, I know. First and foremost, Gio's isn't as bad as what he's shown. I don't believe that. But the White Sox got blanked yesterday, and Spencer Howard had his one good start for the month 2 starts ago. I just don't see it happening again. You cannot trust this guy. So even with Tim Anderson being out of the lineup, I know that. Not worried about it. Still all over the White Sox today.
You know, this guy in the comments goes, Toast is such a good guy. What?
If you only knew, bro.
Such a good guy. All right, Giants at A's.
I appreciate that, guys, because I do try to be nice.
Giants at Athletics next. Call me the biggest sucker in the world. I'm taking the Oakland run line again. Shit, man. This bet wasn't even close yesterday. I actually feel like a sucker as I'm typing it. See, the thing is, I was doing this game, right? I'm doing the notes for this game, and just, there's way too many numbers that point towards Oakland here. This is crazy. I mean, I do think Logan Webb throws a great game here. I'm seceding that. I don't think there's any doubt in that. But after that, where's the next point you can make for the Giants being huge favorites in this game? The Giants' bats against right-handed pitching, dead last in Major League Baseball for the last 2 weeks. Probably dead last over the course of the last 2 months, if I had to guess. They've been horrible against right-handed pitching, as in worse than baseball. I don't... Oh, yeah, by the way, meanwhile, the Oakland A's are 3rd in the MLB right now in OPS against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. Oakland's hitting. Giants are not.
Can I add something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Logan Webb in Oakland hasn't ever won. He's never beat the Oakland A's. He's 0-4 against the Oakland A's in his career. He had his last start in Oakland was pretty decent. He went 6 innings, gave up a run. It was a no decision. But before that, all losses, 6 runs, 3 runs, 4 runs. Give me the Oakland A's team total over 2.5 at -145 for 0.75 units. Same bet as yesterday.
Oakland A's team total over 3.5.
Over 2.5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, -145 for 0.75 units.
Yeah, I don't know how that number's at 2.5. 3rd in OPS in the MLB in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, another thing I wanted to add is, okay, so even if you're like, all right, what about the bullpens? Oakland's bullpen has been significantly better than the Giants too. So
actually, like, more legit than you guys would ever think. Like,
way better. So
Yeah.
On paper, the only advantage the Giants have that's even close to having an advantage is Logan Webb, is the starting pitching matchup. So, yeah, Adrian Martinez might struggle a little, but the Giants suck. That lineup sucks. So I have to do this here.
Yeah, seriously, can you count on the Giants to score 5 or 6 runs 2 games in a row? I know I can't right now. I wouldn't put my money on it, and I know I wouldn't put yours on it.
Right, yeah, no way. So, let's move on to the next game, which is Colorado in the desert in Arizona.
With your boy, Urania.
That is not my boy. So yeah, I have 2 bets, and they're not. Colorado screwed us last night, by the way. They got us.
Yeah.
I have 2 bets, and they're half unit on each. Sticking to the same pattern. They are Arizona first 5, -0.5 run, and Colorado first 5, team total under 1.5. That did cash for me. Colorado had 0 runs through 5, so even though I lost the Arizona.
Yeah, I had the first 5 run line, so it like canceled each other out.
Same, because I had Arizona -1.5 that didn't cash, but I had this. So sticking with the same, just Colorado on the road against right-handed bats is an auto fade. They're absolutely terrible. The Rockies are also 1-5 in Jose Urena's last 6 starts. This guy is just a ticking time bomb, and he's been getting shelled. Meanwhile, Zach Davies has been a much better starting pitcher at home this year, and his last two home starts were both solid. And I think in his last start, was his last start the one where he went into Cincinnati and threw 7 scoreless?
No, that was 3 starts ago. But still, it's still impressive. I mean, he went to San Diego and lost, but he only gave up 4 runs. Went to Detroit, gave up a couple runs, but a lot of them on the road as well.
Yeah. So his last 2 home starts were both solid. In fact, one of them, Cincinnati came in and he threw 7 scoreless innings against them. So I kind of like Zach Davies a little bit.
His last 2 starts at home, he's going to have a total of 12 and 2/3 innings and only 2 runs on 10 hits. So pretty solid.
Action Jackson says Jose Uranus. Jose Uranus. All right, what are you betting?
Arizona first 5 minus 0.5 at minus 115 for a half a unit, and then Arizona first 5 team total over 2.5 at minus 105 for a half a unit as well. Gotta fade Urena, guys, as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, poor guy.
He'll learn, or he won't.
He needs to go back to the Tigers where he belongs. All right, next game. Jose Ramirez looks like a dude who'll fart on your ham sandwich if you left it out in the clubhouse. What the hell?
I don't know.
Braves, I don't know.
Take your word for it. I'm gonna take your word for it, though. That's for sure.
Braves at Mets. You go.
Like I told you guys, I will be betting the Mets every single game of this series. I do not care. Mets money line minus 145 for a full unit.
I'm doing the opposite.
Duh.
I'm on Braves. I don't know how long DeGrom's going to pitch into this game, if I'm being honest. I'm putting 0.75 units on it. All right, so yeah, the whole world's betting on the Mets with DeGrom out of the mound, on the mound, obviously. So this is a little bit of just me fading the public. I didn't expect the Braves to be down 3-1 at this point. I expected it to be maybe 2-2 heading into this game. And then I would love to take the Mets. I don't know. The Braves are 12-0 following back-to-back losses this season. Undefeated. They've never lost 3 in a row this whole year. And I don't think DeGrom even sees the 6th inning. So Mets bullpen is anything but reliable. I think the Braves sneak out a win here and steal this one. Give me the Braves. Next up, Angels at Mariners. This series is pissing me off because I lost in this doubleheader yesterday. You know that I finished minus 0.49 units on the show yesterday. If I didn't touch any doubleheaders, I finished over plus 2 units. I lost 2.5 units from the fucking doubleheaders.
Yep, I told Beaver as soon as I saw David Fletcher hit that 2-run home run, I said, this is why I don't play doubleheaders. This is why you don't break our own rules. Stupid.
Yeah, same. I felt the same way. So why don't you go first? Oh, no, you just went first. I'll go. So I have 2 bets in this one. All right, so I have Angels first 5 team total under 1.5 at plus 100, putting a half unit on that. And Seattle first 5 on the run line at a half for a half unit as well. Notice both of these bets are sticking to the first 5 because surprisingly the Mariners bullpen has plummeted recently and the Angels bullpen is actually showing signs of life. So I'm taking the bullpens out of it. We got Marco Gonzalez at home in Seattle where he's been solid all year. He's pitching against an Angels team who's on the road, obviously, who's been absolutely dreadful hitting left-handed starters. Horrible. You know what? Let's pull it up. Let's see in the last 2 weeks. Let's see. Last 2 weeks against lefties. Let's see where the Angels are. Oh, actually, they're up to 24th now. So not as bad as I thought. But this team's been hard. Let's see the last month instead of the last 2 weeks. I bet you they're last. 29th. So yeah, this team's been horrible against lefties, and Marco Gonzalez has been good good at home. So I love the Angels to just be blanked for the first 5 here. They have a guy named Tucker Davidson on the mound. I guess they just acquired this guy from the Braves. This will be his first time pitching in an Angels uniform. Not really many numbers to go off here. He did have a good start. that I saw, but he's only pitched in 4 games this entire season, and he hasn't thrown a major league pitch since May 28th. So not exactly an ace on the mound for the Angels. Mariners should take an early lead and hold on to it and win this game comfortably. Like I said, just stick it to the first 5 because of the bullpen scares me a little.
Yeah, same bet as you, except I don't have the Angels team total. I just have Seattle first 5 on the run line at -105 for 0.75 units. Sauce went into it. I love Marco Gonzalez. I think that he's a very solid pitcher, and he's going to continue to pitch well. Gonzaga guy is probably why, but all over Marco today.
All right.
Coming off a bad start where he got lit up by the Yankees, I expect him in full force today.
The first 5 dude says he's 67.6%. All right, next. No, let's not do that. All right, Padres at Dodgers. All right. Yeah, I'm betting the Dodgers blindly here. Dodgers money line and Dodgers run line, both of them. Let's see. Dodgers money line is that -136. Yep. 0.75 units, and Dodgers run line, which is at +150 for a half unit. Yeah, I mean, do I need to give a description here? Have you seen what the Dodgers have been doing? This series might be like the most embarrassing thing in San Diego Padres franchise history. I mean, they were all fired up, made the big trades. They're just getting their lunch eaten every single night. Yeah. So I'm assuming you're on the Dodgers, right?
Yeah, Dodgers -1.5 for 0.75 units, man. It's that simple, guys. Just, you guys, sometimes you don't need to overthink it. Like, I literally tried to do this last series with the Dodgers. I was like, oh, Jacob Junis is on the mound. I'm getting a good price. I like the matchup, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter, dude. This Dodgers team is just on an absolute different planet right now. And yeah, out of their however many wins they have, only 4 of them have came by 1 run or more. So yeah, continue to bet the Dodgers.
True, yeah. And that would be the last game.
And if you're wondering about current form, Dodgers are 9-1 their last 10, 17-3 their last 20, 25-5 their last 30. They just roll.
That brings us to the end. Do you have a hit parlay?
I don't.
Oh, no hit parlay for the people? That's cold-blooded,
I have
bro.
the people. Here, I'll give you guys the people. Hold on. I have it written down, the people I'm targeting today. Just give me a second.
Yeah, give them. Hook them up. I do have a parlay. I'm not going to say it cannot miss, though, because it definitely can and probably will miss. You know what? I'll go first. Oh, no, you got it?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Ty France, Anthony Santander, Francisco Lindor, Luis Robert.
Okay, so that's a hit parlay. All right, Toast, hit parlay. You already know those have been hitting at a very high rate. So my parlay that I'm giving out is Rays, Blue Jays, Red Sox, D-backs. Let me type it out. Rays, moneyline, Blue Jays, moneyline, Red Sox, moneyline, D-backs, moneyline. And that comes out to be plus 545. So plus 545. I like the other parlay better, to be honest. But that will be on the app. So most of you are VIPs. You'll see that. All right. Thanks you again for joining us on a Sunday. We don't usually do a Sunday one. That was fun. God damn. Of course, I have a free afternoon and the sun's not even out. Can't even enjoy the summer. All right. So let's have a good day. Yo, I think Scoop went 4-0 in soccer bets this morning, by the way. So Premiership Soccer. I forgot to put the bets down. And he texted me.
I was gonna say he was messaging with me because he was golfing the other day too, so we were talking back and forth. And I told him like one of my favorite bets is both teams to score, and he's put it on both of the cards, so I'm super happy.
Yeah, he likes that bet. But yeah, he texted me, was like, I'm about to go 4-0, and I was like, are you kidding me? I forgot to get the bets in. So yeah, Scoop's off to a nice little start in Premiership Soccer. Those of you who have the app, I'm sure, are aware. All right, so let's have a great day, and we'll see everybody tomorrow with no Beaver. Sean Redden will be here. No Beaver. Have a great day, guys.
Have a good night, guys.
And we're clear.